Okay, hey, I'm JT Dunphy, and we're going to turn a bark rim natural edge bowl, or at least attempt to. I've got a log here, some spalted hard maple, should be beautiful, that I've already trimmed to length. I trimmed it about the same length as the diameter, roughly. You don't have to get it real exact here. And there's usually a crack through the center. Got to look, there it is right there. And we're going to rip it in two, pretty much that way. And we'll get two bowl blanks out of that with the chainsaw. Okay. Pretty much ripped it down through the pith of the log. This is nice and symmetrical, which we want for this kind of bowl. And we're going to cut a rough circle. Pretty much just going to knock the corners off here with the chainsaw. Easier for me to do it on the lathe. Okay, let's hope that bark stays on. It looks like it's good and tight. That's kind of an iffy proposition sometimes. You still get pretty bold. I think it'll work. All right, then we take those up to the shop, put them on the lathe, and rough them out. All right, we're ready to get it ready to put on the lathe. I rough them out, start out between centers. So I just kind of eyeball here, roughly find the center of the top here. That's about a foot. Mark it with a little punch. Yeah, we can double check ourselves this way. Yeah, that's about 5.5. Pretty close. Get pretty good at this. Move it over about 1/8 inch. Yeah, let's see. And then I'll find a chisel here. Chisel out a little spot here where the drive spur is going to go. Just because the bark just not gonna grip as well as solid wood. Just get the bark out of there. There we go. I'm sure there it is, right there. And we take our drive center, spur center, whatever you call it. Make sure it's in there pretty good. And we're going to put it on the lathe. Bring the tailstock up. Give it a smack, make sure it doesn't creep. And then we kind of eyeball it here. The idea is to get your 4 axes here, here, and here even, so it stays balanced. It's not an exact science, but you just kind of crouch down and look at it one way. That's why you want a symmetrical log. That's a little too far. And we'll adjust it a couple times probably before we're done. That looks pretty good. Eyeball it here. That's what I do. It's close. That looks pretty good. I think maybe we'll move it just a little bit this way. Okay. Get some light on the subject. I always like lights, lots of light. If it'll stay. There we go. And we got to get our safety gear on. Very important. And the smock, because the shavings go everywhere. I wear a glove, fingerless glove, because the shavings hit me in the back of the hand. At the end of the day, your hand will be real raw. And this is what I start with. It's for those in the know, it's a Stewart tool stuck in a McNaughton handle. Well, we're pretty much ready to rough it down. Get the tool rest in position. Make sure it's not going to hit. Get these out of the way. They're spinning it up. Well, this is going to turn nice. It's pretty well balanced. I usually turn as fast as I can. Whoops. There goes some bark. Well, guess the bark ain't going to hold. We can turn the natural rim anyway here.